Hi, welcome to this introduction on betatic.net. By now, you've probably watched our whiteboard explainer video and heard our concept of the golden path. The golden path is our notion of an ideal trading strategy that moves investment funds rapidly between predicted upticks of various stocks. Being able to fully predict such a strategy would multiply the original principle many times in a short period. Of course, no one is claiming the ability to produce such a perfect strategy. The golden path is aspirational. Betatic.net is a toolset and platform for working towards the golden path, combining the wisdom of crowds with validation and management tools for collaborating at scale in a loose trust environment. In our current offering, the time granularity is a trading day. So we're not talking about rapid day trading. We're generating models that predict stock upticks on a specific sequence of days and trading plans that move investment funds in and out of stock positions at most once per day. As such, a fundamental concept in betatic.net is the date sequence. A date sequence is simply a sequence of dates that in the past has been positively correlated with upticks of one or more stocks and possibly through someone's causal understanding is predicted to continue to correlate with those stocks upticks into the future. Let's go to an example. Person A has knowledge of the oil industry and thinks there is a relationship between Middle Eastern holidays and oil stocks. His specific theory is that on the first trading day after an Islamic holiday, traders return from vacation and tend to buy back into some set of oil-related positions. To test this theory, he generates a date sequence with past and future dates of trading days following Islamic holidays as observed in Saudi Arabia. He then uses betatic.net to confirm the correlation with upticks of certain oil stocks. Once back-tested, he may forward test the theory by continuing to monitor the correlation of those stocks upticks against ongoing dates in the date sequence. Once satisfied, he can generate a trading plan that exploits the correlation. Person A also suspects a relationship between OPEC meetings and other oil-related stocks. To test this theory, he generates a separate date sequence of past OPEC meetings. He then uses betatic.net to test for correlation. Note that unlike the previous date sequence that was oriented around Islamic holidays, this date sequence of OPEC meetings is only predictable a few months in advance as OPEC updates its schedule. Therefore, to forward test this theory, he would need to maintain the date sequence by appending new dates to it as OPEC announces its meetings. So, Person A has now generated two date sequences, each correlated with some set of oil stocks. For each one, betatic.net has generated a trading plan that exploits the correlation by buying and selling the stocks around the dates of the projected upticks. Now, a single such trading plan in itself is not very valuable because in our example, the date sequences are infrequent. Each one only suggests a trade once every few months. However, Person A may merge his two new trading plans into one combined plan, applying the same funds to exploit both correlations. This is the strength of betatic.net. It allows for the validation and merging of trading plans into a single, more dense trading plan. Furthermore, it facilitates this merging at scale for a great number of trading plans generated independently by many users, possibly working in loose collaboration. The following example will illustrate this. Person B is an expert in the computer industry. She theorizes that upticks of certain hardware supplier stocks are correlated with Apple's product announcements. She then generates a date sequence of past Apple keynote events and uses betatic.net to test for correlation with the supplier stocks. Some Apple keynotes may have fallen on a weekend or other non-trading day, but this doesn't matter because betatic.net will substitute the next open trading day, capturing the causal relationship between the keynote and stock uptick. Once a correlation is discovered, Person B progresses to forward testing her correlation by tracking the continued correlation of the stock's upticks with Apple's keynote events. Apple's keynotes are only announced a few weeks in advance, so like Person A's second date sequence, this one would need to be maintained. That is, newly announced keynote dates would need to be appended to the date sequence. Person B also has separate theories about uptick correlations of other suppliers with other computer industry trade events. For each sequence of trade events, she generates a date sequence and discovers correlations of supplier stock upticks. She generates a separate trading plan for each one. After a period of forward testing, she merges the trading plans into a single, more dense trading plan, just as person A did. Although each one of her correlations may be of limited value, the merged trading plan is of much higher value because it has a denser set of uptick predictions, and so it invests her funds more frequently. Once confident, she may decide to invest real money in the merged trading plan. Now here's the real power of betatick.net. Person A and B can link their accounts on betatick.net and pool their learning. They can share trading plans and independently forward test the plan's predictions. Even with limited trust, each user can validate the predictive power of the other's trading plans, even if the underlying date sequences require maintenance updates. Either user can merge a trading plan with those of a collaborator. And this can be repeated ad infinitum across many collaborators and many trading plans. And once validated, the trading plans can be merged and remerged to produce a trading plan whose trading frequency approaches the golden path. In another video, we'll do a functional deep dive on how each step of this process is supported in betatick.net. But right now, I'd like to take you through a few more hypothetical examples to illustrate the wide range of specialization and insight that might contribute to a predictive date sequence and profitable trading plan. Person C is a financial expert who becomes interested in co-ownership relationships between pairs of stocks. She theorizes, for example, that the owners of some small stocks tend to also own Intel. Therefore, on Intel's dividend date, they receive cash, which they may reinvest across their portfolios, causing the small co-owned stocks to uptick. She generates a date sequence of Intel dividend dates to test the correlation, and then the trading plan to exploit the correlation going forward. She also theorizes that some small stocks are owned by many German nationals. Those stocks may uptick on common German pay dates, on Germany's tax refund date, or on Germany's Social Security distribution dates. Note that Person C's theories have nothing to do with the actual business or market realities of any stock. She is simply tracking the predictable movement of money for holders of the stocks. As another example, take Person D. He theorizes that certain stocks correlate with local conditions in Manhattan that affect traders' lives. Using betatick.net, he confirms a correlation between some stocks' upticks and days that it snows in Manhattan. This date sequence would be updated every time the weather report predicted snow. Another correlation he finds relates to sporting events. Another one relates to Jewish holidays. Another relates to various subjects being in the news that week, and another relates to political events. These validated correlations would result in a set of trading plans which could be merged together and then remerged with those of Person D's collaborators. Now, for an important note on intellectual property and trust. betatick.net allows the benefit of collaboration and merging of independently developed trading plans without surrendering each user's market research intelligence to collaborators. Let's say you and I collaborate and I share with you a trading plan whose underlying date sequence is the dates of FDA rulings affecting pharmaceuticals. What I'm sharing with you is the trading plan with its trading suggestions around a subset of those dates, not the relevance of those dates. You could not easily guess that the significance of those dates is a class of FDA rulings. Furthermore, if I shared with you a merged trading plan composed from multiple trading plans derived from multiple date sequences, it would be near impossible to deduce the relevance of the underlying date sequences. What this means is that you would continue to depend on me to maintain the date sequences and update the trading plans. You could not run away with my market intelligence and act on it without my continued collaboration. So there you have it. betatick.net includes some fairly sophisticated analytics for discovering and validating correlations between a date sequence and upticks of stocks. But what it really is a management system for maintaining and collaborating over the discovered market correlations. You can imagine large networks of data scientists and various industry experts pooling their expertise into the development of a validated and heavily merged trading plan, which might then advise the investment of real money, with profits distributed amongst the collaborators. In fact, we are working on organizing just such a widespread collaboration and will make an announcement soon. Unlike other open quant projects, you don't need to be a programmer to use or collaborate on betatic.net. You just need to generate a predictive date sequence based on some unique insight. If you are neither a programmer nor a data scientist nor a financial expert, but you have some unique insight on, say, the meatpacking industry and correlations between livestock trade shows and meat stocks, or between Nebraska weather and cattle stocks, you can validate those correlations, develop a trading plan, and collaborate on a merged trading plan, all within betatic.net. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet done so, please register at betatic.net and invite your friends. Hope you'll continue on to the functional deep dive in our next video.